Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the broadcast this evening. This is Tarnation TV, and this evening, your special event. Well, let me tell you, Brian Wolf's here. He can tell you about it. Let it rip, Brian.
Thanks, Blaine, man, and thanks for everybody for coming out. The reason we're here is to honor Canon Hinnant, our little friend who tragically lost his life to gun violence back in, well, it was August 9th, 2020. And since then, some things have transpired. It's been 3 years now that we've been doing this race, Blaine. And last year we did this, and we were very successful, and we had so much fun with it. We decided why not? Because Cannon and I kind of landed at home here at Talladega Nights and this track. And are we still alive? Are we good?
Yes, sir. We're good.
Okay, because my server just backed up. Okay, now here we go. I apologize for that because I'm not seeing the same screen as the viewers are seeing. But yeah, there was a bunch of things that I wanted to talk about in putting this all together. I just wanted to thank so many people. And if you don't know who Cannon is, hopefully by the end of the night you'll come to know and love Cannon just like we do. Cannon was a very unique, just the coolest little kid. Even just his name, Cannon. He was just a neat, and he was all boy, you know what I mean? He loved things that went fast. He loved riding his bike, which, to back up a little bit, Cannon was murdered while riding his bike in front of his two sisters. And so last year and the year before that, it was all about, justice for Cannon and, the crusade we were on for him. But now it's kind of turned into something a little bit bigger than that. Cannon kind of showed us a bigger picture here. Now we want to end gun violence. The statistics have changed. Excuse me. The statistics have changed a little bit since Cannon's death because the number one cause of death in children 18 and under now in the United States is gun violence. I read a statistic not too long ago where between 12 and 14 kids will be killed daily in the United States due to gun violence. Another 40 some would be injured. That's too many. That's way too many. We need to get those numbers down to zero. So this is our platform. Cannon's kind of helped us along the way here, so we honor him. And there's just a lot of people that I want to thank, especially Cannon's family. His mother, Bonnie, his daddy, Lee, sisters, Carly and Ava, his brothers, Bryson and Braylon, his immediate family, both sets of his grandparents that were so welcoming, have been so kind to me. Gwen and Stephen Hinnant, Greg Waddell and his wife, Wendy, Cannon's grandparents have been just so inviting. And there's a couple other special people that I have to mention. Archie and Ellie Aycock, Cannon's aunt and uncle, have been so... I went down there and they invited me into their home. I stayed with them and went to, visit Cannon and everything. So we got to thank those. They're huge contributors, not just to my racing, but to this race in particular. They've donated some things. We have some prize packages for the top 5 tonight. And we're just going to have fun. A lot of these drivers that you'll see tonight are going to be representing all the things that Cannon loved to do, his superheroes especially. Robert Breedlove won the qualifier race for this a couple weeks back, and he will be piloting, I forget what his number is, but the camouflage Crocs car. That was Cannon's thing that he wore. He really didn't go anywhere without them. That or his boots, but Crocs was the thing he wore. All the superheroes are going to be represented tonight, the ones that Cannon loved. His favorite foods. The one very special car that will be represented by our league owner, Jeffrey Elliott, is, and I got to make this announcement. I could not forget this. Excuse me. He will be driving the Gillette Athletic Center Chevy.
Okay, buddy, fired up here.
And he's okay. They're going to qualifying. My fault. Let me back up a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so to continue, because we only have a couple of minutes here, Jeffrey Elliott is going to be.
Remember, one switch at a
Darn it. I don't know if that came through. We're going to be following Jeffrey tonight because he's driving the Gillette Athletic Center. Now, this is the playground that Cannon loved to go and play. And what they did was they, through donations and fundraisers through Cannon's family, they were able to renovate the playground portion and put tarps up and new turf and all this stuff so that the apparatus, the climb, the swings and the slides and the apparatus and stuff that Cannon liked to play on, they would get so hot from the sun. So what they did was they put up these big tarps to block, the sun out, so to provide shade so that the things wouldn't get, those metal gets to be 100 million degrees in the summertime for those kids, the slides and stuff. So they did that. And they also, this week coming up, on September 28th, they are dedicating, with the grand opening of Cannon Hinnant Park, I'm sorry, Cannon Hinnant Field, which is actually through the Miracle Leagues of Wilson have built a ballpark, a diamond, where handicapped kids can go and play ball. And it's all dedicated to Cannon and putting his name. And it's just an awesome thing to see what Cannon has actually done through this tragedy, the good that's coming out of it. I can't even begin to mention all the things that Cannon's family has done for other families, Yes, yeah, it's Cannon Hinnant Field. Yeah, there's a plaque. I didn't have time to get you a good picture of the plaque and stuff, but it's it's all there, and they're dedicating the park on September 28th, where like I said, where handicapped kids with special needs can go and play ball on a real diamond. You know what I mean, like the pros do, and it just gives them a thrill. And for years and years and years to come, thousands and thousands of children are going to benefit from the good that's come out of Cannon's tragedy.
That's really cool because sorry to interrupt, I was just going to say, that's really cool how they got the park renovated because of him, and then actually dedicated a part of it to him with there's legit signage there and everything.
Oh yeah. It's really neat, man.
Awesome.
It's really a cool place to visit, and it's all kind of modeled. The playground area anyway is kind of modeled after Noah's Ark. They got big climbing apparatus that look like ships and all kinds of you'd have to see it. Maybe next year we can get some better pictures of it, but that's an important piece to Cannon's story. Jeffrey driving that car is such an honor for us to have the league owner have that, such an important piece. And, Robert Breedlove with the Crocs car, and he won the right to win that or to drive that car in the qualifier and stuff. So he did that by racing, and, we're really proud of that. And that's really cool. And we're proud of the job that you're doing, Blaine and Brad, for staying on board with Cannon and this event. We want to make it a prestigious thing. And I can't thank Cannon's family enough. We thank them so much for sharing Cannon with us and letting us honor him this way, because I really feel like this is something that Cannon really would have liked. And Blaine, I gotta thank you again. You really surprised me with that special thing we have coming up for this race, because a lot of people know, maybe some don't, that Cannon, when we race, he rides with me. You know what I mean? He rides shotgun with me, and he helps me, man. He pedals his little butt off each and every time. And we've had so much fun and so much success here with winning for Cannon, and we got a win for him last year. And that was fun. We a little different format this year. We're just doing a 38 lap race. So we can get to the end of this thing, but they've began happy hour. One other person, and I know I'm leaving people out, but what I would suggest to the viewer is, if you're interested in Cannon and seeing some of these statistics and reading about his story, there's Facebook pages out there, say his name, Cannon Hinnant, go to those Facebook pages and thank all those people, those dedicated people. The Ride on Cannon Foundation was founded not too long after Cannon passed, and what they do is they provide school supplies and Christmases, and for underprivileged people, and you can donate to that, and there's just so many things you can do to be involved to end this senseless gun violence. We just don't want Cannon or anybody like him to be forgotten. Like I said, it's the number one ignored public health crisis, and it just needs to stop. I can't emphasize that enough, how far Cannon has brought us with this. You know, I know we don't have much of a platform, but wherever we can, we're going to say his name. You know what I mean? So we love you, Cannon. We love your family. We hope we're watching tonight. If not, you can watch the replay later. But we love you guys, and this is all for you. And we thank you so much for sharing Cannon with us. And it's just about time to go racing.
That is correct. I'm having an issue, though, because as always with the special events, the quota on the TeamSpeak has been exceeded. So your broadcaster cannot download half these cars that are waiting to be raced this evening.
When was the last time you
I
downloaded
probably
those?
got only half of them. I'm looking at the timestamps, and I updated it this morning.
You downloaded this morning?
Yeah, but
you should have most of what you need.
Most of these, I probably already have them. I hope we don't get into the race and end up having half the field racing generics.
Well,
yeah, that would be horrible.
Real quick, Blaine, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you download the cars this morning, those 19, then you should be okay. Everybody else will be driving their normal rigs on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope I'm not missing some of these, because I know some of these were special. I would have had them from last year, but then I'm hoping that there's no issues, because I know numbers were changed on a lot of these cars too. So that would
not that many actually. The 98 was changed, and there's actually somebody else driving the 98, which Zach Roberts would not. He couldn't make it. We really wanted him, but he unfortunately he couldn't make it. But some of these other guys, I know you'll have both winners, the Flash and the Joker from you'll have those
from previous years. Yeah.
Yeah. There's only one or two that have been changed. You might not have the 67, the Captain America car. You might not have that one.
Hey, Blaine, would you like me to send them to Instant Messenger?
Can you?
Yeah, we'll just back this up and hold off on the driver intros. Brian,
okay. Yeah, just fine. Yeah, because I can keep talking.
Keep talking, reset happy hour, and we'll figure this out behind the scenes.
I can keep talking, man, because there's still more people I really have to get to.
I need to know which ones.
67, 98.
I'd say give me all of them, if you can. 23 of those, just to be safe. We'll take care of this behind the scenes, Brian.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So one of the people that I definitely do not want to forget, and you're going to meet him in just a little bit here, because he helped me with the pre-race ceremony stuff, is my good friend Bobby Kiger. This is a man I'm not ashamed to say that I love as a friend and a brother. He's been Cannon's biggest voice, and he donated his time, and he did a lot of things for me, kind of behind the scenes personally over the last 3 years. He's kind of been a conduit to Cannon for me. He sent me several pictures of, Cannon's final resting place and things like that. And I actually got to meet him when I was down. So this guy has just been a huge contributor to this, not just to this event, but to Cannon's family and, the whole cause and everything. So God bless you, Bobby. I hope you're watching. And Ellie and Archie, those two have just been just tremendous, just giving people, and Cannon's mother actually, and Ellie, really donated, some prize packages and stuff for me to send out for the drivers who participate. And, so I hope these guys, really, really get into it. Some of them are really dedicated. I'm glad Brad Otto's here tonight in 31. Driving that Oodles and Noodles car for Cannon, because we told the story earlier about his favorite foods and stuff like that. So
has he been to every Cannon race? I think he has.
Yeah, he has. He's been with every single one actually. Driving that number 31 Oodles and Noodles, but he actually hasn't been around for a while. He just got his computer back together or had some technical issues or something. I don't know, but he come in earlier tonight and said, I don't have the track. I don't know, it's like, oh gosh. So because this, and again, John Godfrey, he'll be driving. Cannon's favorite candy or one of his favorite candies was Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape, bubble gum. And John Godfrey will be in that car tonight. And he is the one who designed and, gave us this track to call home. And speaking of, while I'm right there, there's the Fluid Studios Insignia, which is my brand that I do the videos for, off to the side for Talladega Nights, kind of exclusively for them. But they put my logo down in the grass, and they also gave me a billboard over on the backstretch, I believe it is. And that's kind of a reminder that when I see that, it's such an honor to have them include me and my brand in this, you know what I mean? So what I want to do is dedicate that one in the grass down there to Cannon. I want that to be his, because I want, when people see that logo in the grass down there, I want them to think of Cannon. And this is our home now. You know what I mean? This is where we're always going to have this race, and this is where Cannon's always going to race with me. And I can't wait to debut that camera you've got.
It's going to be good. I finally got that thing working. It was one of those things where it was a little bit of a process. I kind of slept on it, and you just kind of have these ideas, and it wouldn't work. And then I think I got it working, and I figured out why it wasn't working. So it actually will work. I mean, of course, right now we're buried in technical difficulties at 0 hour right now, but we're getting it figured out. I mean, at the end of the day, the cars will still run. They might not all look the same, but
okay. Are we in good shape for the video?
Yes.
Okay, we're go on that. Okay.
Yeah.
The cars aren't really going to be a huge issue. Again, some of them you won't be seeing tonight because they just couldn't make it. Crossbow, Doug.
Oh no,
couldn't make it. No, I think tonight is his wedding anniversary actually.
Oh,
so we congratulate them on that. And but going back to the people that have helped, Bobby Kiger has just been tremendous with his help in this, and actually Cannon's sisters, Ava painted me a car last year that we drove for some of the sprints, and that was really neat, and that was kind of a thrill for us, and that was really cool. And I said then I didn't think Cannon would top it, but hopefully he will tonight. We'll give you a good show tonight, and like I said, started to talk about earlier. We got a little surprise camera angle. Tonight we're going to have the Cannon cam and show you how we race and how Cannon rides with me. And you'll get to see a little bit of the race from Cannon's perspective when he rides shotgun with me. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be really neat. But that's really what it's all about. We want to have some fun with the kid, show him a good time. He loved fast things. He was into go-karts and his bike and anything that went fast. You know what I mean? His mother said one time in an interview, I saw one of the news clips, and she said that Cannon is going to change the world, and we want to help him do that. You know what I mean? And he's changed mine. He's shown me some things that I just couldn't see before, and and he's just loved the little kid. And, he that's why we've assembled these drivers, because Cannon deserves the best. And that's what we want to give him. So we've assembled the best drivers, that we possibly could here in one place, and, should put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, it's always a good show here at Talladega Nights. And of course, a custom track too, retextured by John Godfrey. He's out there racing tonight too, right?
Yeah, he's in the 7-Eleven Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape.
Right. Yeah, John's always around for this stuff, and he surprised us all here at Talladega Nights Racing League. He surprised us with this track. He just kind of dropped a bomb one day and was like, "Oh, hey guys, here's a track for you." So it was cool, retextured, some new colors, different patterns, new logos, and very, very cool. So yeah, thank you for John for the customization on this gigantic track.
Absolutely. And, I want to thank him again, and thank all the contributors that, not just to this race, I'm saying like Jeffrey Elliott, Chris Elliott, the owners, all the admins that work here, to keep this thing together, especially Jeffrey. I mean, this guy, just for me putting this race together, well, I'm not going to lie. We had, it's hard. it is extremely hard to do, to bring all these things together at once and have them all fit right in, and and stuff like that. And we get the attendance that we want, and then this guy needs that, or there's questions, and it's just extremely hard to organize even just this one race. And to watch Jeffrey do it every week with 5 different series is just beyond my imagination. I couldn't do it. So God bless this guy, you know what I mean, for being so accommodating to me personally for this race, and for what he does for everybody in this league. I mean, he accommodates everybody, for what they need, and a lot of the cost comes out of his pocket. And so I just want to personally, from me to you, Jeff, thank you so much for that. And are we ready to go here, or what?
I appreciate what the kind words there. I try really hard, and
you do, Jeff. And man, love you, man.
I appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of these guys feel the same way. Real quick on the technical side, Blaine, I think that's it. 931 Crocs. That would be Breedlove, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's the last one I think I see on the list over here into my game. So I think you have all of them now.
I'm not sure. I mean, how am I going to get them downloaded if TeamSpeak's quota's been met? That's the thing I'm wondering.
I'll put them on your Facebook Messenger, so you can download them from your Facebook Messenger and stick them in your game.
Right. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be cool. I mean, if not, like I said, the cars will still run. They just won't look the way they're supposed to look. So I was kind of hoping just to download all of them, and because I always like to double check. And now the server quota's been met, so I guess I've done that too many times.
Yeah, well, let me do that. Let me put them in a zip for you. It'll be a lot easier. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, sorry, guys.
Will that zip fit on there? Okay.
It's possible. I think it can only hold a 20 meg file. I guess we're gonna find out.
You guys are killing me, man.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
No, I mean, it's funny because
everything
I'm thinking we should maybe give the viewers a chance to see what goes on behind the scenes. Well, there you go. It's I was just saying how hard this is to do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Let's try zipping them up, Jeff. It's so funny how every single race I'm always that'll work too, Jeff. Yeah, keep it up.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I don't think the zip's going to work. And some of them might be duplicates because I just want to make sure you get them all.
Yeah, just send them to me one by one. It's fine. Right. Yeah, it's more so a TeamSpeak thing because I know like we get in there and we try to share files. Like if the people care, it is one of those things where the game itself doesn't just distribute these files. We all have to have the same files, otherwise nothing syncs up. So, of course, if we're going to have a sync issue, why not have it happen while we're live on the air? We're supposed to go green in about a minute, right? So,
we've been preparing all day for this race for a month.
I've checked. I got up this morning and I checked everything. We took the dog for a walk, did some stuff, come on back home, sit on the computer for a couple more hours, add some polish, check everything all over again. And then, like, when it's go time, I can't get the cars downloaded.
I'm looking at my live screen here because I'm in the server. I'm not seeing what your viewers are seeing, but that's talking about how hard this is to do. I had to yell at the foreign kid earlier.
Oh, Ulysses.
Yeah.
Is he out there today? Ulysses is with us.
He's out here, but he come in at like 8:45, 8:50. And said, "Hey, I just uploaded a car for you guys." I'm like, "Oh no, man, no, come on now."
Classic Sandoval.
So then
that's why I wait to the end. Like I basically wait till almost 9 o'clock to grab everything, just and double check that I've got it all, because I want to make sure if there is any late submissions of car files that I get them. And like I said, then you're relying on TeamSpeak, and it says its quota's been reached, even though they pay for unlimited space.
That's like, the list of drivers that I have looks completely different from the entries I'm looking at here. We're not too far off. Joshua Mercurio, and I believe, I don't know if Josh 2 is still here. But there's a couple names that weren't on the list that can, they'll go ahead and race tonight. It doesn't matter.
What is the driver count tonight? It looks like we got about 30 guys up there.
Yeah, I was hoping for 30. If we get one or two more or one or two less, it's But the key guys are here with Cannon's cars, and we just want to really showcase them. And I mean, we want to see some good hard racing. I mean, look at last night. In speaking to our viewers, last night's race was brutal, man. We went caution free. 38 laps, I think, was the main event for the King of Kings, and man, it was 3 wide, 15 deep, just a constant, and it was intense.
We've had a great week of racing here at Talladega Nights as well, at Michigan for the Back to the Future series, the All-Star race, and now tonight it's going to be King of Kings. Yesterday was phenomenal as well. Like, we had some really great races. We just want to make sure everybody can see these cars.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of important. That's, pictures is what it's all about. But listen, if I could, since we do have a few minutes,
Yep.
I need to step away for a minute and get myself situated here.
Yep, no problem.
I got to go gather up Cannon, make sure he's strapped in.
Yeah, man,
and,
you go do what you got to do. We'll take care
of
this.
Back in about 2 minutes.
Yep, no problem. Hey, Brad, you there, bud? Yeah, we're sitting here tonight. We're just trying to figure this out behind the scenes. Of course, TeamSpeak is the thing we use to share files, and it's not letting us do so. So, of course, now we're doing this live. But you know what? Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the channel. Thank you, everybody, for watching the race. If anybody is watching the race and you want to watch it later, once the race is finished, in the description, line number 1, it always says race starts at with a time. If you click that time, it'll fast forward to the green flag. So you don't need to watch the first 40 minutes of us trying to figure out how to fix these technical glitches. So when this race is into DVR mode after we are done this evening, I will update the description below with an actual time. So if you do want to watch it back, you can click straight to the green flag. Of course, Tarnation TV thanks you for your viewership. All these drivers tonight, we do have a full server. A little bit behind schedule because of the, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. My brain's in a couple different places right now trying to figure this all out. Hey, Jeff, just let me know when you're done sending those things, and then I'll get them all in there and we can fire it up.
Except for, I got to do it. I got so many files in my game. I have to go through the whole 255,000 files.
You don't sort them by date and just go off the top 20? That's all I need. If you refresh them all, that's the thing. Yeah, this will be a good race. Talladega Super Speedway retextured here tonight to be Talladega Nights Super Speedway by John Godfrey in the 711. Of course, the track hasn't changed. It's still 2.66 miles in length. And I'm gonna put this all on broadcaster error, me, myself, and I, for the delay on this race. This should have been figured out a while back. But we're just playing it safe now, I guess. If we've come this far, so we might as well just do it right. I always like to double check these files are correct. And once we get them all in there, we will go. The drivers are in happy hour currently, warming up, practicing their pit stops. We will rejoin. Hey, Brad, are you here yet, bud?
Oh yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Man. Yeah. How's things going on your end? You should see it over here, man. It's a nightmare. Do we have to fire? Who do we have to fire tonight?
Everybody. New rule: if you don't upload your stuff before 5 o'clock, you're not getting on. That's going forward. That's non-negotiable, because as much as I like hanging out with you guys, it's gonna be friggin' midnight.
It's going to be midnight West Coast time. This is my fault, 100%, because I usually go to download these, but TeamSpeak hit a quota. So that puts me at a brick wall. I can't get the files.
Well, yeah, not much you can do with that. So
no
worries. Well, not just holding tight.
So I'm calling out. That's who we should fire. We should fire TeamSpeak version 3.2.2 or whatever it is.
Did you get any of these cars today?
I have. I'm thinking I probably have about half of them. So I mean, the ones you've sent me, dude. Let's just get this thing going.
Let's go. I think.
Yeah, let's just do it. We've done what we can do. We're just prolonging this. It looks like those will probably be fresh ones. And yeah, let's go. I'll jump. I'll get these loaded up.
We are going to do a quick driver intro, by the way. So let's get that over with.
Perfect.
What I'll do is I'm going to go back up there and talk to the guys. Audience, we do apologize. We're only about 10 minutes behind schedule, but we're going to do a quick driver intro. And I'm going to set this back.
Okay, I will be logging into this. Yep, I'll be logging into this shortly here. Making sure all my, again, double checking everything. Making sure everything's set, ready to rock. And we will get to the driver introductions. And we'll be going green as fast as humanly possible. All right, Jeff, I'm on my way back in there right about now.
I'm still here with you. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm logging back. You want to just head right to the driver interviews?
Yep, I'll take you right up there. They're waiting for us.
Cool.
And welcome, everybody, to Talladega Nights.
Yeah, man. And thanks again. A big thank you to Talladega Nights for hosting this event. It's always really cool to have a facility to do this. And this is one of the top tier facilities in the simulation that we do play.
Well, you know, when things break, there's always a way to get around it. It's kind of hard, old school, but hopefully we got most of them.
Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to be A-OK. Let me see here. Let's fire up my free camera. That way we can get everything rocking and rolling. And we're good, man. Let's do the intros.
Okay, I'm going to move me up. I'm going to drag you, and you just
let's do it.
Go for it.
Good evening, drivers. Sorry about the delay. A little bit of technical difficulties behind the scenes. Why not when on a special event on a Saturday night? If the gremlins are going to show their heads, it's going to be on a day like today. But thank you for your patience. We got a full field again tonight. This is going to be a blast. So I'll just hand the microphone back to Mr. Jeffrey.
And I'm going to hand it over to the pole sitter.
Driving a 931, Robert Breedlove out of Lancaster, South Carolina. Just a big shout out to Brian Wolf and Cannon's family for letting us put on this event for him.
Starting second, driving the number 38 Joker, Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, Rodney Sullins from Bentonville, Arkansas. Also a shout out to Wolf and Cannon's family.
Number 079 Nate Bolsa driving the Marvel Comic Chevrolet for Cannon tonight. Shout out for his family and Brian Wolf and Tarnation TV, and thanks for my family and friends. And this one's for you, Cannon. Good luck, all.
Starting fourth in the 55 Flash Chevrolet out of West Bend, Wisconsin. Give a shout out to Cannon and his family. We'll be thinking of you.
Starting in the fifth position in the 12 rideshare lift car Mustang, Gary Slingshot Mingus, and a shout out to Cannon's family. Please understand that you have my heartfelt sympathies for your loss, and may God bless you and your whole family.
Starting sixth is a 21 Spider-Man car. Do a shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandkids Adrian, Asher, and Asa, and friends Derek and Zach. Shout out to the Cannon family, and I'm honored to be in this event. Good luck.
Starting seventh, Mark Paglin, the Wood Brothers Ford, number 28. Shout out to Cannon and the family. God bless.
Starting eighth in the 82 Wayne Enterprises Hot Rod. Shout out to the Hinnant family, and it's an honor to be in this race.
Starting ninth, Kelly Causey, Agricola, Mississippi, and the Aquaman 00 Chevrolet. Shout out to Cannon's family.
Starting in 10th, driving the 029 Ford Mustang, Mike Mangialardi, Federal Way, Washington. Shout out to my friends watching at the radio room, and a shout out to Cannon's family. And thank you, Brian, for letting me be part of this great event.
Starting 11th, the number 43 Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia. A shout out to the Cannon family, and may God bless.
Starting in 12th, number 56, Jeffrey Elliott out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Brian Wolf, it's an honor to do this race for you and the Cannon family. God bless you guys, and for Cannon himself. So let's have a great show for them. Enjoy it.
Starting 13th, 41 Dodge. I'm just glad to be in this race with you fellas, and wish everybody luck.
Starting 14th, number 97 Dodge, Pat McCarsky from Brownsburg, Indiana, and it's an honor to be here and be a part of this.
Starting the inside of row 8, 7-Eleven, John Godfrey and the Hubba Bubba Camaro.
Starting 16th, driving the number 3 Green Lantern ZL1 Camaro out of Mount Strong, Kentucky. Continued prayers for the Hinnant family feeling.
Starting 17th, Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Ford Mustang. And a shout out to the Cannon family, and honor to be here. Thank you.
Starting 18th, the number 98, Graham McDonald from Sarnia, Ontario, driving the Iron Man car.
Starting 19th, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving the number 67, Captain America Chevy Camaro. And remember, as Captain American you say, I can do this all day long.
In 20th place, the number 31 Brad Otto, Fresno, California, driving the Oodles of Noodles car. Honor to be here. Let's go get him, Cannon.
Starting 21st, I'm Johnny McNamara, driving the number 40 J2 Esports Team Walmart Toyota Camry from Tuxedo, New York. Shout out to Cannon's family, and good luck, everyone.
Starting 22nd, number 68, Doug First, Sarnia, Ontario. Thanks for having us up.
Starting 23rd is the 99 of Josh Mercurio, driving that pink Dodge Challenger. I want to shout out to everybody taking part today, and good luck, drivers.
Start number 24, number 45, Tom Dixon in the Batman car from Byron, Georgia. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Jeff, for all your hard work. I know y'all been working on this for a long time, and it is also an honor to be driving for Cannon in this race. Love you guys.
Okay, starting 26th, number 29, Brian Wolf driving the End Gun Violence Chevrolet. Wear orange for Cannon, and we're going to get him strapped in here real quick, and let's go get him, buddy.
Starting in 27, Ulysses, the Wrecking Ball Sandoval, driving the 96 Icebreakers Toyota Camry. Thank you, Mr. Wolf, for letting me be part of this race.
Starting 28, Billy Elliser, driving the number 26 Flintstone Dodge.
All right, there, Mr. Donlin. That is your lineup for tonight's Cannon 100.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. It'll be an exciting race. Again, sorry for the delay, and I'm going to say let the current happy hour time of 7 minutes remaining, just let that run to 0. I have a special 5-minute video we're going to play, so I'll play that. I'll start playing that video at 5 minutes to go, and by the time you guys are ready to race, we'll be there.
Hey, Blaine, appreciate you, Delon. Blaine, hope you guys watch the replay of this because this is a special presentation, pre-race ceremonies that we have, and thank you guys so much for participating and coming out and supporting this, man. Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Cannon deserves the best, and to be successful at anything, I heard this quote somewhere, to be successful at anything, you have to surround yourself with successful good people, and that's what we've done here. So Cannon deserves the best. That's what we're going to give him. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Blaine.
Thanks, guys. Good luck. Hey, man, I'm back in the room. Imagine that.
You're here, too. So
Yeah.
it is.
So it is, so it was. Yeah, one of those things, you know, if there's going to be... Where do you want to put the drone cam for pit road?
I don't know. Where do you got the...
Sometimes it's
Right
cool
there?
to put it
Here's
like
that.
right about here so you can see who commits and who doesn't, and then give it a little tilt for cinematic effect.
Ooh. The Dutch angle. What is this, like a...
Yeah, that is a Dutch angle.
1960s Batman.
Yeah, this is Adam West at its finest. Let's move it over a bit. I want to see we want to see the commitment to the pits. And if anybody's going to, or
if anyone's going to slide out, this is
any
this is the action camera.
Yeah, we've got a guy standing on the grass with a stick, and that stick is very, very tall.
That's what he gets paid the big bucks for.
Yeah. So we are going to apparently get in Pat McCarski's car, and he's not driving it. But, there we go. Hopefully most of these cars are okay. We have a special video to play for you. Watched Karl do some donuts in the infield here, but special video coming up right now, compiled by Brian Wolf himself over at Fluid Studios. So I will play that, and when we come out of this, we will start some green flag racing, because we're about 5 to 10 minutes behind schedule, as is tradition. Enjoy the show, and thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Or should I jinx it and say, gee, I hope this starts?
I can't believe everything's going flawlessly tonight. Don't say that.
Exactly.
Hello race fans, I'm Bobby Kiger. I'm coming to you live from Wilson, North Carolina at the mural that was painted by the artist Abstract Descent to honor the late Canon Hinnant. I just want to tell you a few things that you need to know. And I'm going to turn this thing around so you can actually see the mural. Man, we're glad you're here with us today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a little word on what has transpired since last year's race. I want you to know that the killer of Canon Blake Hinnant has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Now that's a good thing, ladies and gentlemen, because you see, he ain't on no death row. No. He's not under high security, but he's in the big house. And he's going to have to look over his shoulder every day wondering, is this the day I'm going to pay the price for killing Canon? Just thought you'd like to know that. If you would, please join me for today's invocation. Father God in heaven, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your mercy and grace. We thank you for blessings seen and unseen, blessings known and unknown. Lord, we thank you for all the hard work that's went in for this race today, Lord, to honor the late, wonderful, sweet Canon Blake Hinnant. Lord, all the drivers, thank you for what you do. To all the back scenes people who's helped put all this together, Lord, we thank you for what they do. Gentlemen, are you ready to race? Lord, please bless all who participate, bless the drivers, and all who have stood in to support Brian Wolf and his quest to love and remember on Canon Blake Hinnant. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Slide this way. Slide in. Alright. Slide in. Slide in. Alright. Here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Can we love you? Drivers, start your engines.
All right. Thank you to the entire family and crew of Cannon himself. For the lovely drivers, start your engines. So we're getting ready to rock and roll here now.
Right, you
Happy
are.
hour is coming to an end in approximately 4 seconds. So the broadcast started about an hour ago. So for those of you that want to watch this back later, like I said, you will be able to, in the description, that first line will have a time in it, and it's probably going to say 56 minutes. So you can fast forward to the 56-minute mark if you want to get right to the action. And the cars are on the track, and we are in the blimp. Is it a blimp today? The Tarnation TV blimp?
Which, yeah, well, it's like the gadget car. You can turn into whatever, right? You can be a blimp, be a race car.
That's true.
Maybe a Winnebago, whatever it needs to be. Station wagon
Winnebago.
for when you got to take the kids out.
Could it be a Pontiac Citation?
Oh, it absolutely could be.
I think there's no problem finding a Pontiac Citation. You can
Could
afford
be
that.
a 93 Cavalier.
Ooh.
Or, I don't even know they made them back then.
Pontiac Sunfire. Everybody has
Exactly.
one of them. You've probably got
Those
one and
things
don't
go
even know
forever.
it. Yep, they do. You know what, though? I can't slag the Pontiac Sunfire. That's where I learned to drive stick shift. Really easy clutch,
Yeah.
though. I kind of spoiled rotten on that one. I probably should have learned on like a 1978 Challenger or something, but you know.
Like one of the old international farm trucks, like high and low gear. And you can't start it in first because first is like low. So you have to start in second gear. Like,
Well, you're talking about like one of them,
like that.
one of them ones that got like 3 sticks, 2
Yeah.
transmissions.
Yeah,
like my dad drove
here's
one
your-
like that. Had like 2 transmissions, like 3 sticks. It was crazy.
You got a 4th pedal, 1 pedal just for reverse.
Yeah, why not, right? Let's just make this as complicated as possible. So it looks like most of these cars are actually uploaded. Let's take a quick rip through the field here. We got Robert Breedlove, Rodney Sullins, Nate Balser, Ken Roberts, Gary Mingus, Randy Hua, Mark Paglia, Craig Hagley, Kelly Cossey, Mike Mangialardi, I love saying that word, Bob Dixon, Denny Carroll, Jeffrey Elliott, John Godfrey. I didn't get John Godfrey's car. Pat McCarsky, Stephen Brandstetter, missed one. Gary Heiser, Stephen Brandstetter, Graham McDonald, Garland Oakes, Brad Otto, the number 40 of John McNamara, don't have his car file. Outlaw, Josh Mercurio, Tom Dixon himself, Ulysses the Wrecking Ball Sandoval, Brian Wolf, and Billy Ellisor. So we only missed a couple. There's a couple of car files not in. So I apologize to those drivers. If I do make replays, the cars will appear in my post-race stuff. So when I do download them, they will show up in the replay, later on, if I ever pull the replay back up, man. But thank you, Brad, for joining us this evening. Pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me. We're happy to be a part of this race for the first time, see what it's all about, and Yeah, it's a good turnout tonight. Everyone's looking dapper with their cars. I see the Batman car, which is a familiar one that's been before, but it looks like a lot more custom ones out there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you ask Tom Dixon in the Batman car, "Hey Tom, how are you doing?" his answer always is, "I'm doing fine as frog hair," which is why on the back of the Batman car there's Kermit the Frog. Want me to prove it?
I don't believe you.
I can prove it.
No, I don't.
Oh, is Kermit not on there? Oh wait, Kermit is on there. I have to get a side view. Oh no, he's driving a different one. Well, I take it back. I've been wrong about a lot of things today, so why not be wrong about that? There is a different version. There's Kermit the Frog on the side of that car. People don't understand the Kermit reference. Like, why would Kermit be on a Batman car? Because when you ask Tom Dixon how he's doing, fine as frog hair, Kermit the Frog is actually a frog.
That is a little known fact. So thanks. You tune in tonight and you learn a little bit of something as we go along.
You know what? Why not come in here and learn some stuff? How about learn how to start a race within 30 minutes instead of 60? That would have been good.
That's all right. You know what? We're racing, and that's all that matters. We're getting down to it. Problem is, with all the new cars, I don't recognize anybody.
No. Basically, 100%.
Yeah, that's
Rodney
exactly
Sullins. You can see my screen, so the top left of that screen that you can see will tell you the driver's name I'm currently focused on. But yeah, you know, there's Rodney in that Joker car. That's such a cool looking rig. Why so serious? This is a great camera angle for the back straightaway. It just shows you how close these guys actually push at each other. Nose to tail. Ken Roberts behind there in the 55, the Flash. So Team DC up front, the Joker and the Flash. Aquaman in fourth. I think that's Kelly. Kelly Kaz in the Aquaman car. Because Cannon himself, he was a big fan of superheroes, of course. I don't think he was specific to DC or Marvel.
Yeah, he probably. That's hard to choose when you're little. You know, I still don't even know. I like them both. You know what? If it's a good story, let's watch all the movies. I'll check them all out and see what it's all about. But yeah, that's a good call. Don't just you don't have to set yourself aside for one thing, this or that. You know what? Let them both.
I put up the loading screen because I had to set up a little secret camera angle. Might have to use later. So, as we heard at the front of the broadcast, we do have what we call the Canon camera. We don't want to get sued by Canon camera, but Canon actually spells his name different. It's Cannon, so we can't get sued by Canon, who only uses 2 N's, where Canon uses 3 N's. You follow me? You get what I'm saying?
Got you.
A lot of movement back there. What is going on?
We had to talk to the lawyers to get approval to do that, but that's good. I'm glad. 3 wide at the back of the pack.
I'm going to back that up a little bit. I saw some shuffling going on back there. And there it is. Go to replay mode and see what all the shuffling was about. At top line, Mingus got a little bit squirrely. Everybody gave him some room. And that is, again, we are surrounded by professional drivers here. Everybody gave them space, and they just created a third line to make the room for people. Awesome to see how well these guys work with each other. Tonight's music on the broadcast provided by Karl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube. Those are the tunes you were listening to at the pre-show, the countdown screen, if you will. And of course, John O'Barry, my good friend. Whoever happens to win this race, the checkered flag and the winner's circle screens, the song you will hear was created by my buddy Jono. So thanks, Jono. He just sent that to me out of nowhere. He's like, maybe you want to use this somewhere, bro? I listened to it and I'm like, yeah. Don't mind if I do, dear.
Right? if he's got all those tunes just kicking around, you're like, hey, you know what? It's a good promotion. You, me, some tunes, and some racing.
Well, the coolest thing is kicking around in his head, and he just creates it. Look at that top speed at the top of the screen there, almost 200 miles an hour. That guy had to lift a little bit.
Quick move to the top line.
Yeah, Rodney Sullen's just out in front, dominating this thing, as so far he's led 5 laps. Gary Heiser in that green car, the Green Lantern, right behind the 931 Crocsmobile there, with Robert Breedlove. Cannon was also a big fan of comfortable footwear.
You know what? Can't beat a pair of Crocs. When it comes to comfy, slip them on, and you know what? You're good to go. You need to go to the doctors, the lawyers, a black tie event. They're just the shoe for all occasions.
Yep, taking the garbage to the curb and you don't want to step on a stone.
Absolutely. No, I do love. I haven't had Crocs in a while, but I had them and I wore them out until they didn't. But it reminds me, I probably should find another pair. They lasted for a while and they weren't terribly. They're
you got to
ugly.
Get the real ones.
You know what? If they're comfortable,
they're hideous.
Some of my favorite clothes are the ugliest things in the world. I've got some old ratty hoodies that are hands down the most comfortable piece of flannel or material you ever came across. But you'd think I would probably from the streets of San Francisco if you saw me. Who is this?
Yeah. Who is this guy? And why does he not have a job? But you know what? Everybody owns Crocs. I guarantee it. I don't care. I have a pair. I can't find them though. I haven't been able to find I have an actual pair of Crocs. Not like a knockoff brand. I got a real pair. And I don't know where they went. Well, I mean, I know where they went. Somebody stole them. Somebody had to steal them because how would I lose a pair of Crocs? I wore them all the time.
Did the dog get a hold of them?
No, we've never had animals that ate stuff. These guys are trying to get a third line or a second line rolling here, but everybody's sticking to the bottom. I do believe we are running I'm thinking we're running a 2x multiplier. We actually never checked. Let me check let me go on track here and see if we can find the 56 car. We are in direct communication with the 56. Oh, this is the booth to the 56. 56. This is the booth. Over.
Yeah, I forgot to ask.
Hey, booth, can you hear me?
What it was, so we'll find out and let everybody know.
Roger that, 56. We're just curious of the fuel multiplier. You guys want a 2 or 3x?
This would be 3x, sir.
Oh, 3x. Roger that. Thank you very much.
Okay, so usually we will be getting some pit stops in the next couple laps then.
Yes.
Copy.
Sorry, say again?
3x.
Yep, 3x. Copy that. Thank you.
That one.
56 of Jeffrey Elliott informing us that we are a 3x. So when I noticed everybody was running the bottom line, I think you were catching what I was tossing.
Oh, you crank it up?
We can do that because we are coming up to a pit stop because this is going to be... Who do you want to follow? Let's follow one of the front runners. Kelly Causey?
Yeah.
The Deuces.
Yeah, I was going to see.
But he's zeros. The Deuces isn't here. All right, if you have a stereo system. Okay, it looks like they're going around one more time. This is probably getting into some pit cycles here now. Currently showing nobody has pit. Although, you know what? I'll bet you if I go to the 43 at Bob Dixon, he's pitting. And look at that. I was right, because Bob always pits.
Like clockwork, right?
Clockwork.
No, some guys do. That's you can count on them, you know. So that's their plan.
That's it. Let's go in the cockpit of Kelly Causey, and if you got a good stereo system, crank it up. We're going to stop talking for a lap or two. All right. Thank you for watching. Crank it up. Thanks, Kelly, for taking us for a tour of the track. Flawless pit stops, as always, here under green flag conditions. Somehow he gets to lap 13. When the pit window's basically lap 12. So it's, one way or the other. Guys like Bob Dixon are going to go in a few laps early to kind of avoid the pack, where other guys will pit right on the line at 12. And then you're thinking, geez, they're going around to lap 14 and they'll make it. But they may have been conserving a little bit of fuel, so.
Well, yeah, and especially with no yellows in before the first pit too, that would have been putting them at a pretty close for the pit window, anything above 14 at the very most, but.
Oh, in the YouTube chat, a username Pumpkin Vine ATV Club, the citation was a Chevy. Did I say Pontiac? Isn't Pontiac GM?
Pontiac, GMC, Chevy. I mean, they're in the same family. That's like.
I always thought it was Pontiac citation.
I don't know, honestly.
Too many cars. It's funny, we go through
so I can't speak on it.
No. It's funny how we go through the cycle, and look who's still in first, the 38 of Rodney Sullins. After that was all said and done, Rodney currently with 12 laps led, Ken Roberts behind him with 1 lap led, and 2 laps led by Kelly Cossey, the guy we were riding along with. So whereabouts is the Brian Wolf? So like I was saying
Good
before...
to see Rodney. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yes. Yeah, he races in different leagues, and the guys are busy. They're always racing, not necessarily always here. So that's always cool to see them back. So we were saying before, we do have Cannon Hinnant riding shotgun with Brian Wolf, so we're going to try to get in that car and see what Cannon's looking at. Pull up my loading screen here.
Oh, you've got the passenger cam there.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it's the wrong screen, right? Why would that? Right over here. Oh, it's not going to work. Are you kidding me? Why is that not going to work? 1 second. I have a visor screen set up. So should we do more? Troubleshooting while it always reverts back. There, we got it working.
Okay.
We got it working. We'll do it live. We'll just figure it out. We got Cannon riding a shotgun, and we got a camera inside his helmet.
Nice. Cutting edge technology.
He's got his seatbelt on, so he can't turn his head all the way around behind. But we sit here and watch Brian drive. Oh, we just went by the Rodney Sullins Winnebago up there in turn 2. We should have paid attention to that. Cannon could have got a good look at that. All the irate.
Thankfully, the fans are behaving themselves today.
Yeah.
It's it's a much more family-friendly race, and they were threatened with eviction after the last time. They know what they did.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, I am happy about one thing, that this camera angle actually worked. Because the last time we tried to do this, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get it working. And it's because the game has to be in replay mode to use this camera.
That's what it is, yeah.
Which then basically gave me like I said, I slept on it, and I figured it out. If you want the game in replay mode, you just have to stop and you have to pause it for literally a quarter second. Because it will not work live, but it will work if it's half a second off live, because then technically that's a replay. So we found a workaround. Brian Wolf there. See, now the cars are beside him. I want cars to be beside him so that Cannon can look at the cars. Brian Wolf currently being scored in 15th position. The Pontiac 6000 was the Pontiac version of the Chevrolet Citation. Oh. I think we had a Citation.
The 6000 LE. Otherwise known as the Ghoulie car.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, because the 6 like a uppercase G, so it was like 6,000 LE, and that was always the old joke. Like,
oh, gotcha.
Maybe it was a regional thing, because yeah,
yeah, possibly.
Like, oh, there goes a GUI. I'm like, oh, and when you looked at it, it was 6,000 LE. I'm like, okay, I could see it.
That makes sense. Yeah. So we have right here in this lead pack, we have 8 cars in this lead pack. We have a secondary pack led by the 41 of Denny Karl. And that is the cluster that Brian Wolf is in the 29 car there being scored in 18th. See, now he's got cars beside him, so that could look kind of cool on the Canon cam. Let's see if we can do this the opposite way this time. Throw the visor up first and then get in the car. Boom, there it is. Now I know what I'm doing. It's more fun to look at cars out the side window.
You can get a lot more of the, you can see a lot more there too, right? So, what we got there?
Look how close those guys are. Gosh darn. That's Ulysses Sandoval pushing Brad Otto in 31.
That's it, okay. Movies of movies.
And Otto's even got a picture of Cannon on the front of that thing.
I see that, yeah, right next to his number. That's a good showing there.
Ulysses Sandoval and the Icebreakers. Who's that? Josh Mercurio in the 99. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm kind of jealous. Cannon has the best seat in the house.
Absolutely. Just looking at everybody blowing by there and say, hey, get out of the way. Say, come on, Brian. Put the hammer down.
So
let's pass some turkeys.
How tall do you think Cannon would be? Would he be sitting up high enough to see over the dashboard?
I don't know. How old they had booster seats. I know my kids had to have booster seats for, I don't know, until they were a certain weight. I can't even remember what the weight was, but.
Oh, did I blow up the server again? Oh, no. Of course I did. Damn. Well, Canon visor cam is fun while it lasted. More technical difficulties. Oh, man. It's all going to happen tonight. That was my fault. I probably hit the windows. I probably hit 2 keys at the same time. You know, that's the one thing that I do appreciate about NASCAR racing 2003 season. If you do too much, away she goes.
That's it, yeah.
Much like me on like a Saturday afternoon.
Were you trying to open the calculator app?
Yes,
Sorry.
exactly. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to do that while I was in a full screen game. That makes sense. It wouldn't, see if I can log back into the race here. That would be good. So the only thing that happens on a server crash, or I said the server crashed. It's not the server. It was me. My game crashed. The only thing that'll change really in game will be the pit stalls. The war wagons will not be visible. So all the pit crews and the signage will be missing. But besides that, see if I can, if I'm here, let's see if I can get the Canon camera working again, because that is a lot of fun to be able to do that. All right, perfect. You know what? Things happen.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, we are live. It looks like we are pitting. Uh-oh, it looks like we've got Mark Paglia up there. That's the 28 car. He's able to keep it off the track. The green flag will stay up.
Really? Oh, I guess so, because maybe he wasn't fully across. I'm pretty sure his nose was across the yellow.
You're probably right, but if nobody's coming, that's also part of the deal. Like if there's anybody that might hit him, they would pull out the yellow. That's going to be big for Mark because
gotcha.
Ending up in a situation like that. Let's try and load up a replay to see exactly what happened. If we actually caught it, we had to reconnect. We may. Oh yeah, okay, we got it. So here's what happened to Mark Hitting on lap number 25 here, and it looks like it's usually pretty tight coming down there. Oh, just a little bit of contact. That's weird how that sent him around that far.
It's got like moon gravity turned on or something.
Exactly. Those old cheats in the old video games. Are you sure you want moon gravity? Yes. Yes, I am.
Boing.
Pat Makarsky in the 97.
He's out there motoring.
Moon gravity.
Yeah, you heard that one in a while, eh?
Yeah, it would be like a cheat for what? I don't even know.
For my Game Genie, for Mario. That's what I remember it from.
Oh,
Mario
okay.
3.
Yes.
Moon gravity, and you would just bounce. You could jump like 3 jumps through the level.
Oh,
You could
really?
jump
Oh,
so high that it
wow.
would take you like, you could jump like, it would take you almost 10 seconds to fall back down, like above the screen.
Oh, you're like Hulk smash kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're low Earth orbit.
That's cool. Stratosphere moon gravity. That's awesome.
Everyone's
Very
catching
cool.
up here.
Very cool car. They're the 82 of Craig Hagley running the Wayne Enterprises. So it's a neat spin on the superhero thing because he's not running a superhero per se, but obviously we all know that Bruce Wayne is Wayne Enterprises, and spoiler alert, Bruce Wayne is Batman.
That would be funny if you actually had that on a spoiler. Spoiler. I'm Batman.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, on the cars that I paint, my spoilers usually say spoiler alert on them.
Of course they would. I like that you do that.
Yeah, I do that. It's not on the back though, so you can't see it if you're behind me. It's on the front of the spoiler, so it's even harder to see it.
You have to know it's there.
Yeah, it's a hidden thing that I usually do on most of the cars that I make for myself, not the ones I paint for everybody else. Get your own quirks, boys.
Exactly. These cars are boogieing. They are not letting up for nothing.
Yeah, my statistics currently on screen are showing Kelly Cossey with a black flag.
Oh.
Now, he has not come to the pits to serve this black flag. So I don't know. I'm going to stay trained on Cossey here in first position, as he may have to pit to serve this. Unless it gets cleared. If they will clear them in certain instances, but if he was speeding on pit road, they're not going to clear that. He's going to have to serve it.
Yeah, I mean, what else could it be at this point? There was no
yellow. I don't know. On a restart, black flags pop up all over the place because cars will accidentally be in front of other cars while you're rolling across the line. So they'll wave that one. That's kind
you
of...
need to get in front of 42 up behind 27. And you're like,
Yeah.
But I am. And they're like, doesn't matter.
Right.
You're not there.
There he goes. Kelly Cossey headed to the pits. It looks like he, unfortunately, from the first place position, he hit the pits at a good speed there. He's doing 54 to 55. We're going to see here if this is a stop and go penalty. We'll just get right in the car. It might just be a drive-through. You know what? Yeah, it might just be a drive-through penalty. Yep. He's not stopping. Penalty has been served. I will go out on a limb and believe that that is a speeding penalty off the last pit cycle. Here's the league pack, 5 cars deep. Craig Hagley, John Godfrey, Gary Heiser, Rodney Sullins, Ken Roberts, and Randy Hua in the Spider-Man 21. It doesn't look like a pack of Marlboro today.
Nope, it's mixed up. That's why I didn't recognize them.
Yep. As I say, thank you for watching. We always appreciate the interaction on YouTube. Pumpkin Vine on the YouTube chat. Fill us in. Oh, that's Keith Bynum. I was going to say ATV Club sounds like it might be a Keith Bynum guy, but it actually is Keith Bynum himself.
There we go. We got to the bottom.
Well, here you know. I am an ex-used car salesman of 30 years. May God bless the family and friends of Canon and lots of peace and love. Thank you, Keith Bynum. Yeah, when you used to be a car salesman, you basically know every car on planet Earth, I would think.
It comes with the business, especially if you did it for that long, too. You would know your stuff.
Yeah. Here is position number 6, the 510 Stephen Branstetter with Jeffrey Elliott right behind him. I painted both those cars. The 510 and the 56, yeah. The 56 is the Gillette Sports Park. That's the park that they created. Brian was talking about it.
That's right.
In the intro, that's the sponsor on that car.
That's pretty cool.
These guys are tucking underneath each other, trying to catch that lead pack. They are currently 3.8 seconds at the line behind the leader, so we will see some updates here to see how close they are getting. That little screen I just popped down to the left, top left of the corner there. We'll see if that 3.88 changes. 3.44, so they are catching them, but barely. And they have...
Yeah, he's kind of...
about 5 laps to get it done.
Well, yeah, Ulysses is catching up there. He's bound the draft, but 7th place there? I don't think so at this point. It's... maybe he's gaining. No, it's about pretty consistent. He's got a lot of work to do, especially to catch up to a train of 6 or 7 like that in a row.
Yeah,
and I think because behind him, yeah, it's just...
So lead pack consists of 5 cars, and they are staying in a tight line. This is the second pack chasing down the first pack. Again, I put this little thing up here in the top left corner because it's quicker at updating than the actual ticker itself. So that 3.44 changes to a 3.1, so they are getting closer. I don't know if 4 laps is enough, though, if they have enough time. Once they get within about 0.8 or 0.7 seconds of the car in front of them, that's when you'll pick up the draft.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of want to stay focused on this pack. These guys are doing about 200. They were at 199 coming down that back straightaway. So they are moving and they are staying in line. They might be able to catch that pack in front. And again, we're watching position number 6 of the 510. That 3.10 changes to a 2.7. Big gain that lap. These guys might catch them. This could turn into a pretty racy race.
That's my favorite kind.
Currently focused, like I said, on position number 7 here. And now they are in view. Lead pack is in view. You can just see that they've probably latched onto that draft now because that interval is to the leader, not to the car in front.
Oh, okay.
That car in the middle, who's that? Brad Otto in the 31. Brad Otto in the 31 currently is down a lap, but he's assisting in the draft right now. They'll be able to leapfrog. So he gave them a lot of help, actually, Brad Otto being there, because that would allow Brandstetter to catch his draft and pull them a little bit closer. Now they are within 2 seconds, 1.9 seconds of that leader.
No kidding.
As they say, they're reeling them in, man. This could be pretty exciting now. We've got 2 laps left to go here. Those boys up front running 5 all by themselves. You guys might want to wake up because you got the 510, the 56, the 41, the 079, the 931, the 99, the 96. And they're having to pit for fuel.
Really? Oh,
wow, yeah.
Hard on the binders.
That was getting very exciting. It just got more exciting now because I don't know what's going to happen with that lead pack.
I'm surprised they had to pit at that point because usually unless they didn't get full fuel last time.
I don't know.
Usually you don't. We've seen them do it with 2, right?
Yeah, so statistics that I can see statistics behind the scenes here. Every single driver on the track has made 2 pit stops. Brad Otto's made 3, but he's a lap down. So it looks like these guys.
What they've taken?
No, you'd have to run the replay through a replay analyzer to see if they change tires and stuff. But I'm thinking they're taking fuel.
Get 2 full tanks because, yeah,
I don't know. And it's strange because more than one guy went. So they all needed to do it. Well, we are now white flagging it. I'm curious if these guys can make it. If that other pack had to pit, can these guys make it on fuel? This is the final lap. Craig Hagley in the lead with John Godfrey behind him. We're going to go to helicopter cam because this will show you if there's going to be any moves made to take the win here. They're going to have to make it anytime.
Yeah.
John needs to tuck. John will either tuck low or tuck high. Rodney Sullins is going high. Ken Roberts is pushing him in that 55 flash car.
Okay.
21 Wah goes low. 931 goes high.
1-3.
Nice. Awesome finish.
1, 2, 3.
4 wide to finish that race off, but it's going to be Craig Hagley with the win. What a finish. Oh, there's a little congratulations bump.
Top middle, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
4 wide across the line there behind Craig, so he could see that in the mirror. But what a great finish. What a great run. No yellows tonight. Right? Yellow flags.
Not one.
The only one that is actually going to be scored is the yellow flag that just came out. It just came out now because they all spin out to congratulate each other. But let's give this guy the checker, shall we?
I think so. Mighty fine racing.
Well, that's how you do it. If there's going to be a major delay in the initial launch of this broadcast, the race is still over within half an hour. So the broadcast will still be under 2-hour runtime. Oh.
Not bad.
Did Craig just run out of fuel? I believe Craig may have just run out of gas. Everything went silent on the 82 car, so he may not even be able to get to do a burnout. Oh, nope. He just put the clutch in. Do you see the driver in the cockpit? He's actually wearing a suit and tie.
Well, you know what? That's an extra level of detail there that...
Well, look at all the other guys are doing it, too. We got multiple cars doing burnouts here.
Of course, because that's what you need to do. Everyone should do burnouts. If you got fuel, light them up.
Yeah, congratulations on getting to the end. Oh, Craig just got out of view here. I can't get on him now. What happened? It's too smoky. I can't find him. Where'd he go? There he is. I can't see him. These guys are having a party out here now.
I think someone just called the fire department.
Right. Somebody called the ambulance. Congratulations to the 82 of Craig Hagley running the Wayne Enterprises Chevrolet, Ford Focus, Dodge, Toyota Corolla. What is he actually driving?
The first winner of any of our racing series to actually wear a tux while racing, as far as I know. I don't quote me on that.
You know what? You're probably right. Now, I'll save the replay. I don't know why. I only have half of it. But you know what? We'll save it anyway. But yeah, what a race that was, man. Wow. No yellows. The worst thing to happen today was the technical difficulties behind the scenes. But once the race got running, let me tell you, that's how you do it. I'll make sure I save everything here. Oh, how'd you like it, buddy? You over there with the calculator crunching fuel mileage?
Who, me?
Over there.
Are you? Oh, I'm sorry, Blaine. Wolf's here.
Oh, hey, Wolf, what's happening?
Sorry, I didn't know if you were talking to me or not. I was trying to be quiet.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. The mic is all yours. No yellow flags. We got the Canon Hinnant camera in there and everything. So it was flawless once we got running.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, that was a good race, man. That was really good. I mean, some of it, myself, I, again, shot myself in the foot with that fuel mileage thing, kind of held us up. And then, I don't know, something happened on pit road there with the 21 car kind of jumped out in front of me. I had to stand on the brakes, and then he spun out coming off pit road. I don't know if his foot slipped off or something, but that it held us up just enough to where we couldn't get to leaders again. And then fuel was an issue for us. But man, so proud of these guys. So proud of these guys for going caution free again. 2 nights in a row. You know what I mean? Like I said, Cannon deserved the best, and that's what we gave him, man. And I've already heard from some people that, you know, how much they enjoyed the video. So thank you guys once again for you know, staying on board with Cannon and accommodating me, you know, so greatly on this. And I don't even know what to say. I'm just beside myself. I was in tears a couple times just seeing the support and everything. And these guys did a tremendous job, man. Hats off to each and every one of these guys who participated.
Yeah, the race itself, like what an awesome run. 2 different packs of cars. We were watching the group of Branster that you were in, reel the leaders in. And like I say, it came down to a fuel mileage thing again, man. But all week here, we've been broadcasting almost every day, Brad and I. And from the Back to the Future finale to the All-Star race to the King of Kings event to this Cannon race, all the races this week have been absolutely flawless and so entertaining to watch. So yeah, again, surrounded by all-stars. And of course, this being an invitational, you never cease to pick a bad crew.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we had some last-minute guys actually that didn't really survive that great, and there was I think a connection issue or maybe 2. I think I saw the 68 blink just a little bit, but other than that, man, it was smooth, real smooth. I just, you know, as usual, I hurt myself on pit road, and just the competition level. I don't know if I mentioned this before the race, but over this past year, man, the competition level around here is just, it's almost untouchable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have at least 5, 10, 12 years experience doing this style of racing, it's I don't want to tell you anybody to give it up, but my God, man, it is hard. It is extremely hard to do.
I've noticed too, a lot of the qualifying times of a lot of the drivers have actually increased as well, because I believe that some of the veterans have been sharing their qualifying secrets on how to, like, you know, set up your wheel a little bit differently for qualifying as per the race. So even it's not the same guy getting the pole anymore. You know, there's every day there's a different guy getting the pole. Like, who got the pole today? Robert Breedlove on the pole, finishes 5th. You know, where you used to seeing names like Greg Lavelle up there. Well, now we're seeing every race, it's completely random. You're getting different guys. Like Nate's been up there a couple times on pole, you know, and maybe Ken Roberts doesn't get the pole, you know, because he's another guy who just knows how to qualify. But I believe they've been everybody here. It's such a great community. They just share their knowledge and they just help everybody get better around them. And it's awesome especially for the broadcast.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know if I shook him up or what, but I told during the race there, I noticed who was in the lead, and I said, "Hey, just so you guys, for your own knowledge, the 55 and the 38 were last year's winners. So
Nice.
you know, let's not let that happen again." And I don't know if that shook them or what, but you know, they kind of giggled and Hagley come up winner, I think. But I'm going to let you get to the interviews, man. I'm going to let you get to the interviews. I'm going to sit by and listen, and I got to step out for just a second.
Cool. Yeah, man.
We don't want to hold anybody else up. But once again, for me, thank you so much to Cannon's family and to him, to Cannon himself. Got to thank you, little buddy. You know, for showing us all this fun. It's all for you, pal, and love you. And Cannon's family, you know, thank you so much again for sharing him with us and allowing us to honor him this way. And it's always has been and always will be my vow to not forget Cannon and to always say his name. It's important that he not be forgotten. You know, to me, he's not just a statistic. He's the reason why I look at the statistics. You know, he showed me a lot of things, and love the kid, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, we do it every year, and I'm sure we'll be doing it again. So thanks again, Brian. It's an awesome event. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I'm going to take the blame for all those. But you know what? When we actually got racing at 56 minutes into the broadcast, flawless.
I think we shared a lot of good information, too. That might have been...
was supposed to happen.
It allowed me to... I hope I didn't forget anybody, you know, in the credits for all this, but everybody that just comes together and makes these moments happen for me is just incredible, man. I'm just filled with gratitude.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. Yeah, we're going to yeah, thanks to Ken and his whole crew for the video at the front of the broadcast there before we went green.
Right, yeah.
That was so cool that Bobby was in there giving us a updated little tour of the area and the information that happened in the case. So that's always fun to hear. Year by year, everything changes, and we're all still doing this. So yeah, we'll probably do it again next year.
Yeah, like I said, how this, I got to thank Cannon for letting this, transition into, last year and the year before, it was all about justice for Cannon because we were waiting for trial. And now the guy's been convicted. And just like Bobby says in the video, life without parole. And he's going to have to look over his shoulder, every single day because you know what they do with kids who harm or with people who harm children. So it's just nothing but pure evil. It needs just stamped out, is what I believe. But ending gun violence for a lot of these kids is most important. And with Cannon's name on this event, it's just couldn't be better, man. I couldn't be more pleased.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Well, I guess like you said, we got to talk to the pole sitters, the top three, John Godfrey, Rodney Sullins, and Craig Hagley, the winner. We're going to be talking to them shortly. So
okay,
do you want to stay in here? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to stay in here and just listen. I do got to step away. So yeah, do your thing, man. Do, what you do.
Awesome. John Godfrey of the 7-Eleven. Hopefully I'm not interrupting you.
Not at all, Mr. Blaine. It's good to talk to you. It's been a while.
What a fantastic track you've created for us here, and what a fantastic race yet again on this thing, and the third place position. So yeah, tell us about this whole thing, because it looked like it came down to a fuel mileage race for some drivers out there.
Yeah, there was a lot of chatter about how close guys were. I managed to hold out another lap. And so I was right at a splash, so I knew I was safe. But yeah, there were some guys that was real close, and I guess a couple of guys didn't quite make it. But I hope it was as exciting for the fans at home to watch as it was to race, because that was a fun race.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, especially with the green flag pit stops. It always makes it so much more strategy involved in that, where it breaks the pack up a little bit, and then we get to focus on different spots at the track, and we had a second pack catching the first pack. And then the pits sort of came out of nowhere and surprised us because we figured you guys would be able to make it to the end. But yeah, no, man, it was a great race. And yeah, thanks for coming out and doing it.
Well, thank you for the job you do. And Brian Wolf, thank you for putting this on and making me a part of it. I hope the Hinnant family knows that they are always in our thoughts and prayers, and I'm truly honored to be a part of this event.
Awesome, man. Well, it's good to see you again, and of course, another top 3 finish. So that's always awesome as well, man. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Have a good night. Moving on to, want to talk to Rodney Sullins. Where is he? Right there, the number 38. All right. Rodney Sullins in the 38 car. Good evening. Live on Tarnation TV.
What's happening, guys?
Oh, man, what a race. It's a lot of fun, man. You led the most laps tonight with 22. And, oh, man, we were waiting for you to get out there and get a big push to see if we get around Craig. But instead, you guys ended up going 4 wide behind him.
Yeah,
have factoids if you need them.
Well, that last pit stop, Wall. It was Randy Wall. I was trying to remember who it was. Randy Wall went into pits in front of us, and I wasn't expecting him. I don't know if he said anything or not, but I didn't hear him if he did. And I didn't know if he was just going to go in really slow or not. So I really slowed so, I didn't hit him and didn't mess everything up. And that kind of cost me and Ken there at the end, but it actually kind of worked out because I didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end. If I'd have come out in the lead again, I would have never made it. So when we come out behind Heiser moved up once to go around the guys, and I slowed up and told Gary to get back down because I didn't want to do any. I couldn't do any fast racing. I think Ken was in the same boat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I wasn't going to make it, so we got it there, and that's why that last run, the top 4 or 5 guys were so slow because Gary, myself, and Ken couldn't make it. So we were just kind of burping the throttle and everything to make it to the end. And then with probably about 2 or 3 laps to go, I knew I could probably make it at that point. I looked in my mirror and I seen a whole line of guys running us down. Had no idea they were running us down. So
watch the broadcast back. We were actually following that pack and we were tracking their times at the line. They were reeling you guys in pretty hard.
Oh, I'm sure. But I had no idea that they were actually they were running out of gas coming to that last lap. And some of them were. I believe Nate ran out. Had I known that, I wouldn't have worried about it. But still wanted to make it exciting. I wanted to have a good finish. I was happy to see I'd actually painted the top 5 cars. So one of them I was going to be happy if one of them won.
Right.
Of course, Craig normally drives a Ford. Tonight he was in a Chevrolet, so I was really, really tickled to see him win in that Chevrolet because he's going to have to live with that for the rest of the time that I know him anyway.
But
it was a good race. Had a lot of fun. Wish I'd like to have won it, but me and Ken, I think, it's kind of decided that we somebody else could win. Me and him kind of swept it last year. So,
Hey, I was just kidding you when I said that during the race, Rodney.
Oh, I know.
I wanted to see you guys. I wanted to see one of you guys repeat. Sorry, I'm back with you, but and I sorry to interrupt, but Rodney, I wanted to thank you personally too for all the work you did with the paints and all the paint schemes and stuff, man. They're really beautiful looking cars out there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. These were a little different, obviously, painting these cars. With the Joker car, which I had a blast doing my Joker car. I love that car, and the Crocs car looked pretty cool, and so did the Aquaman, which I think Kelly drove, and Flash and the Wayne Foundation and John's Hubba Bubba. And there's several more. I don't even know how many of them out there I painted, but there's a few more out there. But those are really fun, just doing something different than the norm. So I had a lot of fun with those, and I hope they look good out there. And but it was fun. Thanks for doing it.
Oh, no problem, man. And thanks for your participation, man. All the hard work you put in this and your contributions to the league and everything you do, man. It's because of guys like you that this league, comes together the way it does. And man, you guys will be hearing from me.
10-4, sir.
Thanks a lot, Rodney. Congratulations again on the awesome run. And have yourself a good night. We'll move on to the winner, and we'll make sure to bug him about Chevy.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to Craig on that Chevrolet victory. Good run for Ken, John, and I believe Robert was 5th. Is that right? Breedlove?
Breedlove ended up in 5th, yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all those guys.
Interview the top 5 because we got prize packages going out for the top 5, and I'll get you guys addresses. And I'll also let me say on here during the broadcast, because I know John left, but I wanted to thank him as well for his participation and providing the track, and we always talk about that. And congratulations to all the top 5. So you can take it away from there.
Well, I appreciate it, and again, congratulations, Craig, and that bow tie victory. It means a lot to the Chevrolet camp. And I was just happy with the top 5. Like I say, I was wanting to see one of my paint schemes win again, and it happened. So that's pretty good. And thanks, Brian. Playing, I guess Brad, he's been here, I see, but I haven't heard from him. Yeah. Thanks to all you guys. Appreciate it, what you do. And then Cannon's family, I couldn't imagine. God bless y'all. Just more power to you. I couldn't imagine.
So how about it, Craig? You win the race in a Chevy. You're going to switch manufacturers now?
I wouldn't hold your breath, but I'll run this with Rodney.
So how were you doing on fuel? Because we were watching the second pack reel you guys in something awful the last 10 laps. They were going to catch you guys, and then they had to peel off to the pits to get fuel. So that kind of surprised Brad and I, like, oh, wow, these guys might have to, again, with a fuel mileage race. It's always so awesome to see that happen late in a race.
Yeah, we come to that first pit stop, and, of course, Rodney being up front, leading, you burn up more fuel, and we come in, and it was all fixing to go in. Kelly asked me if I could make another one, so we stayed out that extra lap. And we was able to maintain that extra lap throughout the pit stops. And on that last pit stop, somewhere he caught a black flag coming down pit road, so I lost his help, but he stayed out with me for 2 or 3 laps to help get up to speed, and John stayed tucked right in there on me. So without them, Rodney and Ken, everybody, I couldn't have been up there. It's pretty awesome to win such a special event.
It ends up being an entire team event, really, when it comes into fuel playing into it.
Yeah, I'm just glad I had enough to be able to do a good burnout.
Yeah, I was looking at that. We were following you on the camera there, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, the car sounds awfully quiet. So you probably had the clutch in. But I was curious if I was going to see those tires laid up. And then we couldn't find you in the smoke. But I did my best. So if you watch the broadcast later, you'll see me trying to find you. Because it wasn't just you doing burnouts. There was a bunch of guys out there adding to the debris.
It was pretty cool to be out there putting on a big smoke show for the calls, and made it pretty special.
I wanted to, but I ran out on the cool down lap. I actually went into the pits with my gas can on, just hoping that they would put a little fuel in me, but they didn't. I just sat there in the pit, dead.
Oh,
Pictures
after the
eating ice cream.
Yeah, after the checker, they won't touch the car. Yeah.
Yeah, after the checkered flag, I was coasting into the pits after that.
Well, that's awesome, Craig. Do you have any shout-outs you want to toss down after the big win?
I just want to thank Brian for putting this race on. Such a special event to honor Cannon, and I'm honored to have got invited, and especially glad that I was able to take a Cannon car to victory lane. And my heart and thoughts go out to the Cannon family. I couldn't ever imagine going through anything like that. So
congratulations, Craig. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you won. That was outstanding. Outstanding performance, man. Good job. You'll definitely be back next year.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me.
Right on, man. So, Brian, you're saying that the top 5 get prize packs. So we've got Robert Breedlove in here as well as Ken Roberts. So, Robert, what did that look like from driving that Crocs car back there? You guys go 4 wide behind Craig at the end. Looked pretty cool on the old TV broadcast, trying to pass him.
Well, the plan was for Nate to go high with us, but Nate ran out of gas, so that kind of killed the momentum there. But just like everyone else said, just really awesome to be part of this event, and prayers go out to Cannon family.
Yeah, and Ken, we've been talking to you a lot the last couple of days too, at the big race yesterday, and then here we are again in the top 5 finish tonight. So you gonna go?
Robert actually won that Crocs car, so that's his permanent now for next year and all that stuff. So great job, great job, Robert, because he won that the qualifier event. So that was cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was an awesome car to drive.
Rodney Sullivan's creation. Yeah. Are you there, Ken?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was just going to say, we've been busy the last couple of weeks, planning the big King of Kings event we pulled off yesterday, and then here we are again today in another massive event. So, yeah, how are your feelings on this race? I mean, again, and I apologize too at the start of this, my fault for delaying the thing like 20 minutes, but like I said before, once the green flag went up, this race was flawless. Yet again, all week, flawless races.
Yeah, it was a good race. These 3X races are very much a gas mileage race. I know me and Rodney, we was short there, and we got behind Craig and John and Gary Heiser, and we were just kind of coasting and saving, and me and Rodney's talking back and forth, and he's like, I'm still to splash, and then it wasn't really till the last 3 laps that we looked like we were going to make it. And but we seen the Robert and them guys and Nate guys coming. I said, Rodney, I think they're going to get to us. And as we coming off of turn 4, that you could see they were coming. So we went up high and tried to make a go of it anyway. So it's pretty cool. And it's a good race, fun race. Like I said, it's congrats to Craig. I was trying to get to him. I owed him from last night. He stuck with me last night, and I was trying to get to him and help him, but they got a little bit better on the gas than we did. I think they hit it after we did, so they was able to get another gallon extra. So, but yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, that's the thing with that fuel. If you can get around one more lap, a 3X is a big deal, especially when it comes down to that final run. But Brian, you were saying the top 5 get a gift package of some kind?
Yes. Cannon's family. Excuse me 1 second. I'm starting to lose my voice already. Cannon's family has provided, his mother, Bonnie, and his aunt Ellie have provided some little prize packages. I've got 5 the End Gun Violence t-shirts, Cannon's glow-in-the-dark cups, like I think some of the guys got last year, and then there's some other little trinkets and other little notes from Cannon and stuff that I'll be sending out this week for the top 5. So
yeah, so don't go running away, guys. We need your addresses.
Just something that you guys can remember the event and remember Cannon by. That's all.
And if you want to see your address live on the air, you can if you like. I don't recommend it, but it's up to you.
I think Brian has mine and Ken's already. Just saying.
No, that's what I told him during the race. You couldn't hear it over the broadcast, but I told everybody else. I said, "Hey, those 2 leaders up there, 38 and 55, they won last year, so we can't let that happen again." I don't know. I hope that didn't shake you guys because I was just kidding.
No, it didn't. But I told Ken, John or Craig could win this thing. Me and him, we had our fun last year, and thought, I pulled out there at the end just because, quite honestly, just to, make some excitement there at the end, and didn't know what that was happening with that group behind us. I didn't want anybody to come blowing by, any of us. But Craig, John, Robert with that Crocs car, anybody with one of my paints would have been fun to see. So it didn't matter to me.
Yeah, that was cool the way it worked out. I was glad one of Cannon's cars won it.
Oh, yeah.
That's so awesome, man. So, yeah, I guess another fantastic race. A little bit of a glitchy broadcast, but we got it all done. And the whole thing was for a great cause, as always. So I'm guessing we'll see everybody back here next year when we run another tribute to Cannon, because I'm sure Brian and myself and Brad will be involved some way with all you drivers, because it's just, we're always around and we always have fun doing it. So
Brad is actually here tonight?
He is.
Yeah, I am. I just keeping quiet there was about 8 or 10 of us in the room there, so I figured I didn't have a whole lot important to add, so I would just kick back and just let Blaine and everyone else have their moment there, just to not step anyone. But yeah, I was just quick thanks to everybody. Thanks for Brian and everyone, and big hug and thoughts out to Cannon's family and everyone else watching, and everyone else that tuned in and made just put in a little bit of time to make it a nice night. So thanks for everybody coming out, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
Yeah,
thanks for broadcasting, Brad. Blaine.
Yeah, Brad will sit there with the mic off, but he's always listening. Brad and I always talk about a while back, like, look, we don't want this to be like The View, where 6 people are screaming over each other.
Who's the loudest?
That's the biggest voice.
I'm literally sitting here on mute playing Candy Crush or whatever I have currently on my phone. I don't Words with Friends or something. So no, I'm very much here. I'm just waiting for picking and choosing my moments, and then it takes me about 15 minutes to come up with something witty. So I'm going to sign off now and go back to thinking.
Awesome, man. Brad, it's always a pleasure to listen to Brad. The one thing that stands out with me always was a few weeks back, and it was a race that I wasn't racing in, but I was watching it, and he said something to the effect of, "It's a boot to get real in here." I choked and fell out of my chair.
Yeah, we make
get real.
We make sure to lean on the Canadian stuff for sure.
Oh yeah.
And yesterday,
thank you guys so much again, man. I really enjoyed it. We got to get Jeffrey down here before he takes off. But,
you want to hear Brad at his finest. Watch yesterday's broadcast of the King of Kings event, because we had a troll in the live chat, and we were burning him down. So it was Brad was on fire. It was awesome. It's totally PG though. It was we kept it clean, but it was a lot of fun.
But thanks you guys. The name of the game. Though. I can only guess that I was reading some of the comments in the chat box, and I know that Cannon's family probably enjoyed this, and we want to thank them again. You know what I mean? I can't thank those guys enough for allowing us to do this for a little man, because he deserves the best, like I always say, and that's what we give him here at Talladega Nights.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for.
Appreciate it, and thanks to Jeff. I don't know if I mentioned thanks to the Elliots and Talladega Nights for doing this. Also, I don't know if I said that, but thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to sign out of here. I got storms rolling in. Y'all have a good night.
All right,
anything
Rodney.
else from me, Brian?
I do not. We'll see you on the ground side.
Yep, I just say we got Gary Slingshot Mingus waiting with the factoids. We'll get Jeff down here as well. Right? So, yep, Robert, Rodney, Craig, and Ken, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm going to move all you guys out of here in one fell swoop, and we'll move on to the last segment.
Thank you, Blaine. Go Chevrolet.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. And now we grab Jeffrey and Gary. Jeffrey and Gary Mingus live on the television machine. How you guys doing?
I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit.
Nice.
And I'm hanging on with hair like a muffin.
Oh, good Lord.
We were talking about manly.
We waited too long, Blake.
Just as cologne and everything that we wear, and Jeff and I are both using the same cologne. We just spray Febreze on ourselves.
I was gonna say, is that what's burning my eyes over here?
Yeah, you got to make sure it's game Febreze. But yeah, we were literally talking about how much cologne costs these days. Just hanging out, talking. But anyways, guys.
Jeffrey, I wanted to bring you down here and thank you again, man, for not just for tonight and everything that you've been so accommodating for me and this event, and we just all appreciate you so much, man, for allowing us to do this here, and not just, like I said, not just for that, man, for everything that you do, all the series that you run and all the thankless jobs that you do to keep this league going, and it's I just want you to know how appreciative I am, and I know that Cannon's family and everybody involved are just so grateful that that we have this, and it's all because of you guys. If it weren't for the broadcasting in this venue, Talladega Nights, because the racing has just been just tremendous. I mean, just top shelf. I can't ever say that enough. And it's just to have, Cannon's race here, and for us to land here at home at Talladega Nights and have his race here every year. It's really cool, man.
Well, thanks, Brian. Cannon, I'm looking at him right now. I put this picture up on TeamSpeak. I want to make sure everything it's all visual, right, for us. So I want everything to look great from TeamSpeak to website to Facebook and I do this with everything we do. So, God bless the little man. He's up there with so many of our loved ones and smiling at us and saying thank you right now. So he would be what? How old would he be?
He would be, he would be 8 this year, and I believe he would be going into, because when he passed, he was just getting ready to go into either preschool or kindergarten. So he would been going into the first grade or second grade this year, I believe. He would have been 8 years old this year.
Yeah, he's definitely a good-looking boy. Looks
kind
of looks like me a little bit, but anyway.
His brother Bryson is the spitting image, and he just turned 5. Is spitting image of Cannon, and what a little cool kid he is too. Bryson, his little brother, is just a neat kid and kind of a lot like Cannon in a lot of ways.
Well, we can go talk about things like this all night long. But I want to say this personally to Cannon's parents. It's an honor to do this for Cannon, and he's well missed, but he's also in good hands right now. And we're all going to be with him someday soon, down the road. You never know when, but it's an honor to do that for you guys. If you're listening or watch this race, he has a home here as long as we're open. And get back to how this all transparent is. It's weird how this works, man. 2 years, almost 2 years, Blaine, without you, without Brian introduced me to you and finding Ken and Craig and how everything worked out. It's been a ride, and I give it up to all those other leagues out there, as much like RTG and ASR, David Cannon, and the Hobo Racing with Steve and Sam Young with FSP, all these Open Speedway with Ralph, they've been doing this for damn 15, 20 years. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be in heaven before a lot sooner if I went that long doing this, because it takes a lot of work. So kudos to all those guys out there to run these leagues. Give it up to them, and give it up to the crew here at Talladega Nights, Chris Elliott, as well as all you guys, Bob Dixon, Blaine, and Sept coming over helping out. So it takes a group of people to do something like this. And I know we sound like a broken record, but let me tell you something. It takes a lot of damn work, and that's all I got to say about that. But anyway,
factoids. I said this a couple times, Jeffrey, too, and I don't want to prolong this anymore, but it does take a lot of work. And I hope I said this during the broadcast, but the reason that Cannon's race is here at Talladega Nights is because I heard a quote one time, and it said, to be successful at anything, you have to surround yourself with good, successful people. And that's what we've done here. And it works. And we've proven it. Because this tonight was a success. This league is a success. And it's just, man, we'll keep going, until we can't anymore. Like you said, man, it's hats off to you.
I appreciate it, and coming from somebody that didn't even have a clue how to do it. I'm a racer, and to learn this on the run with the crew that came aboard, and I think you're right. I think we did pretty good, and we have our ups and downs and disagreements, and I'm sure every league does. But and there's so many leagues looking for drivers. There's only so many of us drivers out there, but I'm not perfect by no means. Nobody is, but I think we do pretty good. So kudos to everybody out there. Thank you. I love you all.
Yep, pulled this one off.
Happy football day tomorrow, and go my fantasy team. And I want to say, Blaine, do you have time for factoids?
Yeah, let's do factoids, sure.
And real quick, guys, we had a big delay. Huge delay tonight. Technical things behind the scenes.
Over 20 minutes, yeah.
But you know what? That race still ended at 10:32.
Yeah.
Yeah, the race only took 30 minutes. And then the broadcast is 2 hours and 15. So
I'm sorry, Blaine, it took that long.
Yeah, it gave me that extra time to run my mouth.
Hey, this is once a year race type thing. So you can run your mouth as long as you want. So let's get Gary Mingus. Let's get Mr. Mingus in there for some factoids.
All right, I'm here. And the most amazing thing that I saw in the stats tonight was the fact that there were no cautions, and that the average speed for the leader was 187.597 for those 38 laps.
That is pretty wild.
That was me leading.
Now we had our top 6 fastest laps. In 6th place was Gary Heiser, who got honorable mention there. In 5th place, Ulysses Sandoval, 47.840 at 200.168 miles per hour on lap 38. In 4th place, Joshua Mercurio. He did a 47.835, 200.189 miles per hour on lap 37. In 3rd place was Randy Waugh, 47.821 seconds, 200.247 miles per hour on lap 28. In 2nd place, Robert Breedlove, 47.764 seconds, 200.402 on lap 37. And also on lap 37, Nate the Skatebalser, 47.775 seconds, 200.440 on lap 37.
Wow.
Well, we're gonna have to do.
That's a weird stat right there.
Nate Balzer.
Yeah.
To the office, sir. To the admin office immediately.
Laps led were at the top of the list was Rodney Sullins, who led 22 of those laps. Craig Hagley led 10, and Kelly Causey led 6, and nobody else led any laps. And those, my good friends, are Cannon's factoids for the night.
Cool. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, Mingus. Well, guys, I'll let you finish it off. Thanks, Brad. Of course, it's only 8:10 over there on the Pacific Coast.
That's
so,
right, yeah.
You still get to go out and party, man. And Blaine,
Oh, yeah.
Blaine's probably
Watch an
pretty
episode
tired.
of Matt locking head to bed.
Blaine,
No
thanks a lot,
golden
man.
girl for that guy.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks, Blaine.
Yeah, man, a lot of fun
All right,
tonight,
thank you,
guys.
Jeff.
Yeah, we'll toss
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
guys
wrap
out
it
of
up
here, and Brad and I will wrap it up, and that'll be it.
All right, I'm gonna go watch the replay and just try to enjoy it. Yeah,
Awesome.
I hope thanks everybody for coming out, and hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. And we will see you next year.
Roger 10-4.
We'll be here.
Rock
Good
on,
night,
Cannon.
everybody.
Rock on,
Thanks,
Cannon.
Gary.
Meet you guys for coffee at 10 tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be there. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Brian. They're all gone. Now what?
Well, now we can talk bad about him. No.
Right.
We gotta wait till. No.
Yeah,
That
what
was
a great.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Like, and again, like we've said it many times. Like all week, we've done a lot of broadcasting this week. It's been very busy, but every single race, there's been like no yellow flags. You know, there was one or two, but the event as a whole, especially with the amount of drivers that are in the races, no really catastrophic accidents to demolish the entire field. Last night we had no yellows. Tonight we had no yellows. It's just, I mean,
And how
again,
close it came to a couple times to being a yellow. I mean, it went down, and then he almost went onto the track, but stopped it at the nick of time. So it really was a nice clean race. Everyone was up there driving. No super racy moves. Like everyone was just nice and steady out there. I think more than anything. But when it came time to, like, when they finally matched up, then you watch them just take off, right? And then towards the end there, with the pit strategies and everything else differing too, that kind of upset things a bit there. So you really can't tell from lap 35 to lap 38, like the amount of change, right? And in the last 5 laps, like.
well, yeah, and like even the thing, like from night to night, no matter how many times we do this, no race is ever the same. Like we were cranking the tension watching that second pack led by Stephen Brandstetter. They were cranking in on those guys. They were reeling them in, and then for them to peel off and get fuel. Now I'm like, oh wait, yeah, they went from, I think it was 4 and a bit to under 2. I'm like, they're catching them, and then for them to all go to pit, I'm going, wow. So now what's going to happen to the lead pack if these guys have to pit? We're running out of gas again, you know, and. Apparently Nate did run out of gas. He still ended up finishing in 9th because he rolled over the line in 9th with no power. And fantastic finish again, comes down to fuel mileage. And, you know, like I said, that tension was cranking, because if that second pack was able to catch that lead pack and everybody was able to make it to the end, that would have been a crazy finish. I mean, it was a crazy finish, even though it didn't happen. So, you know, one way or the other, it's always exciting here at Talladega Nights. And again, I'd like to thank Jeff. He does tons of work behind the scenes, keeping this league running with the website and all the servers and the drivers, you know, getting guys to come out, reminding the drivers about the All-Star race. And it's a never ending. I don't even want to see us. He's probably got spreadsheets on his computer 10 miles deep with all the stuff that he's got to do. And it's a full-time job for him. But you know what? They allow us to sit here and watch it.
It was, yeah. And we get to hang out, watch the good racing, and like I say, clean, nice racing. Everybody came out for a good time, and a good time was had, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hope the initial launch of the production tonight was, I apologize for all that stuff. It's 100% on me. I should have figured those car files out before.
It was a technical
like
issue.
5 minutes to go. It's like, what am I doing? Because I always do it. I always do it with 5 minutes to go. Because that way, even if the drivers are late submitting car files, I still have them. And then TeamSpeak runs out of gas, and now I'm stuck with nothing. But behind the scenes, Jeffrey helped me out. like he didn't already have enough stuff to deal with. So again, thanks to Jeff and Brian.
It worked out just a-okay because it gave him all the time to give all the info, and for anybody new was watching. So I think, you know what, hey,
that's what I guess it happened for a reason. It gave us an extra 15 minutes, you know.
If I had to just sit here and sing them old like Showtime tunes or something like that, and then we'd be apologizing. But you know what, we got to the
top hat. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
It's
no. Yeah, we've only been talking for 2 hours. You haven't warmed up your voice yet.
No, I haven't even done my stretches.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go to bed probably. But another fantastic time, buddy.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. And this was awesome. I was happy to be part of this race. This is the first time I've watched it before. I watched you guys do it last year. Was it last year the first one?
No, we've done like 5.
Is it? Okay, so I've at least seen the last 1 or 2 since I've been seeing you doing the broadcast and stuff there. But this is the first year I get to be involved in it, and just awesome to be here. So
yeah, this tribute to Canon is actually the first one we've ever done on Tarnation TV's YouTube channel. We actually have a Canon Hinnant YouTube channel, and I asked Brian about that. Like, we can broadcast to the Canon Hinnant channel. It doesn't matter. It's literally me clicking 2 buttons to switch it, to migrate it over to the other thing. And he's like, no, we'll put it on Tarnation TV. It just keeps it easier because I've already got this broadcast built and I built it in a way where I can kind of easily flip-flop stuff in and out of it. So it's the first one on here, and we have the Canon channel, and we also had I think we did another one for another channel. The first time we did it, we piggybacked with another broadcast. So it's evolved as we go. But it always gets better, and we always get more views and a lot more interaction, and it's always a lot of fun. So thank you again to Bonnie Parker, Cannon's mom, and everybody remember too, it's at the bottom of the screen if you can't read it for the whole race. Cannon Blake Hinnant, his actual name is a registered trademark and cannot be used without the consent of Bonnie Parker. She, of course, gave us consent. So thank you, Mrs. Parker.
Yeah,
I guess I was going to do the sign off. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together. I got 2 more. Always keep one hand in the ocean and keep your stick on the ice. There it is.
Great. And tonight we'll go with get yourself some Crocs and a cup of noodles and watch your favorite superhero movie and just have a lazy Sunday tomorrow.